So AMD has some quality issues with their Ryzen 9000 CPU, so they have decided to delay the CPU and the CPU chips for a week or 2 weeks or whatever the case may be. I think this is a really good thing, and I'm glad that they've done this because this situation could have been much worse. And the fact that something that people don't talk about, what Intel has done with their chips, which is probably no fault of their own, like the 14 chips, I think it's the 14K chips or something like that. They have a problem with Intel chips. They have a really big problem. So it's a good thing that AMD is trying their best not to avoid that situation. And they basically say, hey, we're going to wait, going to get some of this stuff together and go from there. So let's talk about this. If this is your first time here, welcome. I want to thank you guys for all the support lately on the channel. A lot of people have been flooding the zone and actually commenting on the channel and giving feedback to the topics I've been talking about. I can't thank you guys enough. The subscribers are moving up because you are, I just don't know. I cannot thank you guys enough. I really, really appreciate it. If you found this video based on your recommendations, please consider subscribing and give me feedback on the topic at hand. Ryzen 9000, let's talk about this. AMD has planned to launch its first round of Ryzen 9000 series desktop processors by the end of July. I think it's supposed to come out like July 31st or something, because I actually had my eye on this. But those plans have changed thanks to a very non-specific problem found with the first batch of processors that AMD sent out to its partners. The 6 and 8 core Ryzen 9600X and 9700X are now slated to be launched on the 8th of August. So that's basically a week from the 31st. And the 12 and 16 core Ryzen 9900X and the 9950X will launch August 15th. So that'll be another week after the initial launch from the 31st. So here's the full statement below. I don't think I'm gonna get too much into this. I guess I can read it. I guess I'll read it. We appreciate the excitement around Ryzen 9000 series processors. During the final checks, we found the initial production units that were shipped to our channel partners didn't meet our full quality expectations. Out of abundance of caution and maintain the highest quality experience for every Ryzen user, we are working with our channel partners to replace the initial production units with fresh units. As a result, there'll be a short delay in retail availability. We just talked about that delay, so I'm not going to go into all of that. And then they said, we pride ourselves in providing a high quality experience. You know how that goes. So they was asked about the specific problem, and they couldn't really share specifics on the problem. So, but nevertheless, if you find a problem, you think it ain't right, don't release it. And I'm cool with that. Now, me personally, I had my eye on getting, building another PC. I don't know if it's going to be a 9000 or a 7000, because I just recently put this PC together based on some old parts. Like I already had a 3900X and I had my 5700 XT, which is still a really good PC right now for what I'm doing. And the fact that not many games are pushing the limits of graphics cards or CPUs, you can get a really beefy PC right now at a pretty decent price, and it will be future-proof for a while. So that's why I said, I put this one together because my old build was kind of lacking. This one is much better. I'll put the link, put the card up so you can actually look at this PC, how it went, and actually show you how the progression of it went. And also, I actually told myself, since I built this one, I was going to build another one. Since the Ryzen 3000 that I have here, the 5000 is out, 7000, not a 9000. I was going to see how this plays out, because with the 9000, I was going to see if I would go 9000 or go with the 7000, because the 7000 is still a really good PC. And I think at the end of the day, I'm going to keep my eye on this as well, because, once the 15th come out, maybe by the end of August, I know exactly how the 9000s are going, and I may just build another one under that, under this CPU, but I don't know the GPUs that's going to be following behind it. Maybe we'll get some more info on that. But what I want to do, like what I want to do, I want to look at the 7000s, because the 7000, the 7800 53DX, I think the 7800 3DX, I think that's X3D, or I think that's what it's called. Real good chip. The 7900 XTX graphics card, really good. Still real good for what's going on now. So that may be the move for me to actually jump on that. So this is something that I actually thought about as well. So based on what the 9,000 does, it just depends on what I'm going to do with the 7,000, 9,000, which one I'm going to do. Now, with all that blabbering going on, this is a good thing because you don't want to be in a situation where Intel is right now, where a lot of their stuff, a lot of their CPUs is just not in a good shape right now. When, companies having issues with Intel chips, and it's a really big, it's kind of a mess over there. And it's kind of funny because I remember years ago when Intel was actually like the leader, and they probably still are the leader in chips. But AMD has been lagging behind a long time. I remember when the drivers were horrible. Right now, AMD seems like they're looking pretty good. Ever since they started the Ryzen series, they've been slowly but surely getting better and better. I had the Ryzen 1600, and I jumped from the 1600 to the 3900, and ever since then, I've been pretty cool. I started out with the 960 graphics card, but then I moved over to the 480 graphics card, and I got the 5700 XT, and these are pretty good. This is a pretty good build, and I can honestly say that AMD has done pretty good for the last few years with their cards and their chips, and this is another reason why I feel that this is just good customer service. They're gonna wait and get everything right, because the last thing you want is for a chip to come out or a set of chips come out and they're not working properly, because the smallest thing that could go wrong or the smallest thing that's not as advertised, it could really mess up what the goodwill that a company has. Like I said, Intel is not, in dire straits, but their chip issue is a real issue. And you don't want to go through that. And I think AMD probably saw that as well. And they're like, wait a minute, let's back up a little bit. Let's make sure that the quality is correct. And I commend them for it. It's pretty cool. So let me know what you guys think. I'm going to get up out of here. Thank you guys once again. If you made it this far, I really appreciate it. Thank you for all the love and support on the earlier videos. I cannot thank you guys enough. Trying to move up to 700 subs, trying to get to 1,000 subs by the end of the year at the very least. And it's all thanks to you guys, and it's all because of you guys that will happen. Thank you once again. I'm going to get up out of here. Got a few things I got to do, more content to make, and we'll just go from there. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good one, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.